Good morning, students. In yesterday class, we completed SN1 and SN2 type of reactions. That means nuclear substitution reactions of alkyl halides and as well as alcohols. Now we are going to start preparation methods of alkyl halides. So the substitution reactions are the chemical reactions of alkyl halides. So now preparation methods of alkyl halides. So already you studied free radical substitution reactions of alkanes. So actually alkanes and free radical substitution reactions produce alkyl halides. So it means here monohalogenation, dihalogenation. So in this case here alkyl halides are the products. So actually here this alkane, or suppose this methane on reactions here to the presence of the sunlight or UV radiations, this hydrogen replaced by the coal. Now on further halogenation, that means further chlorination, second hydrogen replaced by the coal. So in dichloromethane, and further halogenation trichloromethane is nothing but chloroform. And further halogenation we get the CCl, fully chlorinated product. So actually this follows a radical mechanism, free radical substitution reaction. So here, of course, in the mechanism there is a chain initiation step, chain propagation step, and chain termination steps. So of course, for more details, go back to first year syllabus, alkanes. And under chemical properties, we discussed these reactions. Of course, here some further application of this free radical substitution reaction. Now this toluene, this is the toluene and halogenation. So actually here, free radical substitution takes place on the side chain of the benzene. So actually it is a side chain. Let me tell you the side chain. Now free radical substitution mostly takes place on the side chain, but not on the benzene ring. On benzene ring only free radical electron substitution takes place, but not free radical substitution. So there is a side chain CH3. So H radical replaced by the chlorine radical. So we get the benzyl chloride. H radical replaced by the chlorine radical, benzyl radical. Now here, already you are familiar with the substitution reactions. Now this Cl replaced by the OH by treating with aqueous NaOH or by hydrolysis reaction. Hydrolysis reaction is nothing but SN1 reaction. So Cl replaced by the OH. So here product is benzyl alcohol. Benzyl alcohol is the product. First suppose this toluene on dihalogenation, that means dichlorination. Two hydrogens are replaced by the two chlorines. So dichlorination. So as a result of the dichlorination, as a result of the replacement of two hydrogens by the two chlorines, your product name is benzylidene dichloride. This one, benzylidene dichloride. Because here, this both chlorine atoms present on the same carbon, so it is a geminal dihalide. It is named as a benzylidene dichloride. Now here, this one on further reaction. This one on further reaction. That means here, aqueous NaOH on H2. Cl replaced by the OH, Cl replaced by the OH. But actually you know that two OH groups are the one carbon unstable. So that's why here by loss of water molecule we will get the C double bond. That means here the C double bond has a higher Antholic formation than two carbon oxygen bonds. So based on thermodynamical stability, so this product is formed by elimination of the water molecule. So finally we got benzaldehyde. Triple reaction, benzaldehyde. Now here this toluene on trichlorination. This toluene on trichlorination. So you get the trichloride. So trichloromethyl benzene. This is. Or simply called as benzotrichloride. The names are different. This is the benzyl chloride, this is the benzylidene dichloride, and this is benzotrichloride. Now this benzoyl trichloride on substitution with OH minus, we will get the 3 OH groups on the carbon. So 3 OH groups on the carbon is stable. So by loss of water molecule, we will get the C double bond. Already there is a OH, but here there is a H with the benzene here. So it is a benzoic acid. So trihalogenation followed by hydrolysis, we will get the benzoic acid. Dihalogenation followed by hydrolysis, we will get the benzaldehyde. Monohalogenation followed by hydrolysis, we will get the benzyl alcohol. So important reactions these are. So write down this. So now here, this toluene on the reaction Cl2 in the presence of AlCl3. You know this one. In the presence of AlCl3, here Cl plus alkophile is produced. Which one? Cl plus alkophile is produced. Now Cl plus alkophile replaces the H plus on the benzene. So generally benzene is involved in alkoxyl substitution reactions. You studied in first year under properties of the benzene, halogenation, nitration, sulfuration, period of alkylation and acylation reactions. So here HCl plus alkoxide is generated, but here in this case these radicals are produced. So on the ring free radical substitution is not possible, on the side chain free radical substitution possible. Now in this case Cl plus alkoxide is generated. So it can replace the H plus alkophile from the benzene. So here that methyl is electron donating group. So electron donating groups are the ortho para directing groups. So incoming alkophile attacks at the ortho position or para position. So orthochlorotoluene, parachlorotoluene, these are the products. Parachlorotoluene or orthochlorotoluene, because methyl is a donating group. So whenever benzene attached to the donating group, we will get the ortho and para. Then benzene attached to the electron withdrawing group, incoming alkophile attacks at meta position. So you know that ortho para directing groups and meta directing groups. So you want this one Cl2ACl3, then substitution of the benzene. It is an aromatic alkoxyl substitution reaction. It is aromatic alkoxyl substitution reaction. These are the free radical substitution reactions. So that is the preparation method of the alkyl halides from alkenes. Now a similar reaction, that means here another type of radical substitution. Another type of radical substitution. That is NBS. This one is the N-bromo succinamide. N-bromo succinamide. The structure is N-bromo succinamide. Sorry, this one. N-bromo succinamide. You know that succinic acid. That is dicarboxylic acid. Now here, there is one specific character for this NBS. For allylic and benzylic substitution. For allylic and benzylic substitution. That means here C double bond C, and this is the allylic hydrogen. This is allylic carbon and this is the allylic hydrogen. Next, the carbon which is attached to the benzene is a benzylic carbon. So you discussed in first class. allylic halides, benzalic halides. Now the carbon which is directly attached to the benzene, benzalic carbon, and the hydrogen is the benzalic hydrogen. And the carbon which is directly attached to the C double bond C, that carbon is allylic carbon, and the hydrogen is known as allylic hydrogen. Now here, by using NBS, already you discussed in first year, so you can read again from the first year alkenes, I think alkenes. Okay, so see this one, CH2 double bond CH2, bond CH. So this propene are treating with the NBS in the presence of photolite. Radical substitution takes place. అంటే ఎక్కడ సబ్స్టిట్యూషన్ జరుగుతుంది అంటే ఇక్కడ ఈ అలైలిక్ కార్బన్ మీద ఉన్న హైడ్రోజన్ రిప్లేస్ అవుతుంది బై యూజింగ్ NBS CH2Br. That is the allylic bromide. All allylic hydrogens are replaced. First suppose CH2 double bond CH, bond CH2, bonds NS CH3, NBS H2. Then again allylic substitution takes place. CH3 and this is only allylic hydrogen replaced by the Br. Okay. You got this one? NBS has only one specific character, that is for allylic hydrogen, benzalic hydrogen replacement. And allylic carbon on hydrogen replace होते as well as benzalic carbon on hydrogen को replace. Okay. So write this one. Let's see this one. NBS and H. This methyl. This carbon is a benzalic carbon. So on this benzalic carbon, that hydrogen replaced by the Br. That's it. Okay, it is a benzalic bromide. Or now another example. This is methyl and this is isomer. So it is a CH3 and hydrogen CH3. Here NBS. One equivalent is one equivalent is taken. Now it is a benzalic carbon, it is also benzalic carbon. So in this case, by removal of the hydrogen, we will get the benzyl radical, or and this carbon also benzyl radical. But it is a primary, it is a tertiary. So between primary and tertiary radical, which is more stable? Tertiary radical is more stable. So that's why this hydrogen easily replaced by the bromine. Okay? By removal of this hydrogen radical, we get the primary like this CH2 radical. By removal of this hydrogen, we get the tertiary radical. Between these two, which is more stable? Tertiary radical is more stable. So that's why substitution takes place on another alkyl group. Okay, about this one. And this one, I think there is one previous question from this NBS. Okay, you can write this one. Yes, this one. NBS H. So actually here in this case, there are two types of allylic carbons are there. This is allylic carbon as well as that is also allylic carbon. So here between these two allylic carbons, where substitution takes place. First suppose this is the radical. Or first suppose that is the radical. Between these two radicals, which radical is more stable? Of course, here both are stabilized by the resonance. So here there is a resonance, here also there is a resonance. But between these two, so additionally we can check. Here there is a hydrogen. Of course, it is a methyl. So resonance plus one alpha hydrogen. Now in this case, resonance plus two alpha hydrogens are involved in hyperconjugation. So which is more stable? This is more stable. So So major product is methyl bromine. So that is the major product. Now, of course, some sequence of reactions were given in that JEE main exam. First iodine bromation, next one aqueous NaOH. Aqueous NaOH. Then aqueous NaOH is here. Then Br minus replaced by the OH minus. Br minus replaced by the OH minus. So this is the major product. So I think of course similar to this concept the question was given. I am not sure about the structure of the reactant. Okay, aligning bromination and then substitution reaction. Nucleophilic substitution reaction. Okay, got this one. And then also CH3 this one on reaction to NBS. So actually here CH2 radical CH develop on CH bond CH. The radical has a resonance CH bond CH radical CH3. So because it is ionic radical, this is stabilized by the resonance. So in this case, first one is the primary radical and second one is the secondary radical. So between these two, which is more stable? Secondary radical is more stable. Which one? Secondary radical is more stable. So here, so what should be the major product? Regarding stable radical, major product should be formed. But in this case, regarding the product stability, so these are the two positive products. Now here, this is a major product. Why is a major product? This alkene has a 5 alpha hydrogens. It is a stable one. Now this alkene has a 1 alpha hydrogen. Finally, you have to decide the you have to decide the major product based on the stability of the final product. Between these two, which is the most stable? This alkene is the most stable because this one is stabilized by the 5 alpha hydrogens, 5 hyperconjugated structures, and it is stabilized by the 1 alpha hydrogen. Of course, between these two, it is the most stable. Radical is the most stable, but your final product is unstable. So it is a minor product, it is a major product. Okay, you got this. So finally, you have to decide the major product based on product stability. So here, generally in the product there is a double bond. So we can check the stability by hyperconjugation concept. Okay, that is the main point. Now another preparation method. We know that also studied in alkenes chapter. Second preparation method. By addition of HX to alkene. Addition of HX to alkenes. So alkenes are converted to addition reactions. Which type of addition reactions? Electrophilic addition reactions or free radical addition reactions. Electrophilic addition reactions or free radical addition reactions. Or suppose ethene, I am treating with HCl. What is the product? H is added to one carbon, Cl is added to one carbon. CH3, CH2, Cl. Now for suppose, for unsaturated unsymmetric in alkene, addition takes place with respect to Marconi curve rule. What is the Marconi curve rule? The positive part of the adding reagent is added to the carbon which has a more number of hydrogens. The positive part of the adding reagent is added to the carbon which has more number of hydrogens. That means here, this carbon has 2 hydrogens and this carbon has 1 hydrogen. We have to consider the C double bond C carbons, but not this carbon. Of course, this carbon has 3 hydrogens, but addition takes place on the C double bond C. So we have to check the hydrogens on C double bond C. So this carbon has a more number of hydrogens. So H plus added to this carbon and Cl minus ultimately added to this carbon. So CH3, CHCl and CH. So that is a major product. Of course, it is you know this one. First here, H plus addition CH3, CH bond CH3 plus secondary carbohydrate most stable. If the protonation takes place on this carbon, if this H plus attacks on this carbon, we need the primary carbohydrate CH3, CH2 and CH2 plus. Between these two, which is most stable? Secondary carbohydrate most stable. That's why H plus attacks on this carbon. So now the Cl minus attacking. So we will get this product. Or here Cl minus attacking. You will get the CH3, CH2, CH2, 1 chloropropane, 2 chloropropane. But this is a major product. So here we can write the major product simply by using Marconi curve rule. Marconi curve rule is saying that addition of H plus to the carbon which has a more number of hydrogens. Okay, that is an appropriate addition reaction. Then what about the free radical addition reaction? The free radical addition reaction takes place in the presence of the peroxides. The free radical addition follows anti-Marconi curve rule. What is that? Anti-Marconi curve rule. So anti-Marconi curve rule says that hydrogen of adding part is added to the carbon which has a less number of hydrogens. That is a reverse to the Marconi curve rule. For example, here HBr, CH3CH, CH3Cl. Now HBr in the presence of peroxide